The history that this conference represents, we're going to do a little chant from the Black Panther Party. I want y'all to repeat after me. Power!
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 Power to the people!
Power to the people!
Revolutionary power!
Revolutionary power!
Power to the people!
Power to the people!
Power!
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 Power to the people!
Power to the people!
Revolutionary power!
Revolutionary power!
Power to the people!
Power to the people!
Now, on behalf of Freedom Road Socialist Organization, I would like to say, and it's an honor to say, happy 50th anniversary to the National Alliance Against Racism. It's been 50 years of struggle against white supremacy right here in the belly of the beast, the largest imperialist power in the history of the world, the United States of America. And this beast has tried again and again and again to kill our movement. But the movement is alive and well right here in this room.
Yeah!
Now this is the third NARPA conference that I've been to since the refounding in 2019. And as a teacher, I love going to these conferences because one of the reasons I love going to these conferences is because of how much I learn from each one. Our history of struggle is rich with stories and events that we're going to be learning about, that we've already learned about tonight, and we're going to be learning about tomorrow and on Sunday. But we'll also be learning about the fights that are happening right now. Because we're not just here to learn for the sake of learning. We're not just here to learn about history. We are here to make history. As Karl Marx said, the point of knowing about the world is to change it.
Yeah!
Revolutionaries like Frederick Douglass, Assata Shakur, Fred Hampton, and Frank Chapman have understood that no oppressor, no exploiter in history has ever given up their position of power without a fight. In fact, they use the most brutal methods imaginable against people who even question their power. That means the point of knowing that working class people are exploited under capitalism is to fight against exploitation. When workers' rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back!
The point of knowing that black people, indigenous people, Chicanos, Puerto Ricans, Hawaiians, and immigrants are oppressed in the U.S. is to fight back against this white supremacist system. When black lives are under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back!
The point of knowing that women and LGBTQ people are denied their rights is to fight back against the patriarchal system that oppresses them. When women's rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back!
The point of knowing that the U.S. militarily, politically, and economically oppresses people all over the world, in Palestine, Haiti, the Philippines, Mexico, Cuba, Somalia, Venezuela, and y'all, if I named all the countries that the U.S. is oppressing people in, we'd probably be here till midnight. But the point of knowing that the U.S. oppresses all these people is to fight back against imperialism. When Palestine is under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
We have decades of fighting experience right here in this room. From the fight to free political prisoners, torture survivors, and the wrongfully convicted, to the fight for community control of the police. From the struggle against wars and imperialist intervention, to the fight for reproductive and LGBTQ rights. From the fight for a better contract in the workplace, to the struggle for more resources in oppressed communities. All the experience that we have, and particularly the experience of the great CTU.
CTU!
My union, led by the great Karen Lewis and now by the powerful Stacey Davis Gates, has taught us what happens when we fight, y'all.
We win!
We fight!
We win!
We know that we have to fight until we win. Now the question becomes, how do we fight and how do we win? The strategy of Freedom Road Socialist Organization is laid out in our program, which you can buy for $5 at the book table outside. But to sum it up in one sentence, because my time is running out, we are uniting the many to defeat the few. Specifically, We are uniting the most powerful movements in this country against our common enemy, monopoly capitalism. With all the ruthless, violent things done to us by monopoly capitalists, the one thing they can never do is outnumber us. So their strategy for hundreds of years has been to divide and conquer. That means our strategy must be to unite and fight. Because the people united
will never be defeated.
El pueblo unido
Jamás serán vencidos.
If you understand the nature and the history of capitalism, you understand that working class people can hit capitalists in their pocket just by refusing to go to work. That's what happened when CTU, SCI Local 73, the UAW, and the Teamsters went on strike recently. If you understand the origins of this capitalist system in the enslavement of Africans, the theft of land, and genocide of indigenous people, you'll know that this system needs national oppression to keep people divided and super exploited. So the movements for the liberation of black people, indigenous people, Chicanos, Hawaiians, Puerto Ricans, and immigrants are revolutionary movements that can overturn the foundations of this imperialist system. And we are currently making gains in all the people's movements around the country. Only 3 years ago, 26 million people rose up against police crimes after the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis. Millions marched against the attacks on reproductive rights last year. This month already, millions of people have marched in every major city to oppose the U.S. government's support for genocide in Palestine. Thanks to the work of many people in this room, the people's movements are growing by the day. Our exploiters and oppressors are getting weaker and more divided, while we are getting stronger and more united. Like Martin Luther King Jr. said, the long arc of history bends towards justice, and we are bending it right now. The two-party system in this country represents the rich and the powerful at the expense of the rest of us. So the goal of Freedom Road in this moment is to build a party that represents the working class and the oppressed people in this country. We have the building blocks for that party right here in this room. We are creating the tools to destroy the imperialist system right now as we speak. What we have to do is keep united, keep fighting, because when we fight back in our numbers, we are invincible. A better world is possible, and we are going to build it. With the chant from South Africa, that's where I grew up. I'm going to say Amandla, that means power, and I want y'all to say Awethu, that means to the people, because we are the people, like my comrade Jasmine Smith said. Amandla! 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 Thank you all, let's keep fighting.